Okay, I am live. How's everybody? Okay, no one is here yet. I'm waiting. Okay, today is forgiving our parents, both the father and the mother. So that's what we're going to be focusing on. Namaste, Maren. Um, you're the first greeter of the day. Facebook user, you're the second one. Ellen, good morning, third one. Um, as I was mentioning, today is our Parents' Day. We have a Father's Day, Mother's Day. Now we're gonna combine both the mother and the father, and they are our focus of attention. Is the time? It's time to put them together. Because as I mentioned last week, some of you have very loving parents, loving mother. Some of you have a loving father. Some of you have issues with your mother only. Some of you had issues with your father only. So whether they're nice to you or there's some things that were not nice when you were growing up, could be your father's great, the mother not, or the mother's great, the father's not. Or sometimes, good morning, Vivi, Cynthia, Hero. But sometimes both are not nice, right? Or sometimes could be both are nice. So whatever situation you're in both cases, if they're anonymous Patricia, you're welcome, Vivi. So whatever situation, everybody, I don't know each one of you. I don't know how you grew up. I don't know what's your relationship with your father or with your mother. But whether it's loving, whether it's abusive, whether you felt victimized growing up or up until now, whether you judge them as whatever label. Uh, that's why it says love, forgiveness, and gratitude. So if they had done something wrong to you, we will forgive them. Or it could be the other way around. It could be you're the black sheep in the family, you're the hard-headed, you're the rebel in the family. You gave your parents a hard time because of your, like strong will. You don't just give in to your parents' orders or rules in the house. Could be you also. It's a two-way traffic. So if it's you who were not so nice, you gave your parents a lot of headache growing up or up until now, then you can ask for forgiveness. Okay? But the glue or the healing factor for both is the love. The love is the one that will neutralize, that will harmonize, that will help both of you in the healing. And namaste, Gustavo, Graciela, Lilian, and Cristobal. Good morning. Cristobal, you have people with you? And you mentor and healer like that. She has a title, mentor and healer. Okay. So again, each one has their own situation. And no matter what, whether, yeah, I have a loving relationship, yeah, not so. No, it was really terrible, bad. I really felt the reason why all these problems happening in my adult life is because of my father who did this to me or my mother. Okay, so whoever, they still did something to us, still, they had to make us, so to speak. We were here on earth because of the two of them. They had fallen in love and had made love, and they might have divorced now, but it doesn't matter. At the time that they loved each other, you came in. So we still have to say thank you for giving this body life. And thank you, of course, to God. It's God who gives life to this body. So we still owe our parents that. And in spite of, some parents are like sometimes us children, they don't have control of emotions. I'm sure at the time they were spanking you, beating you up, whatever, sexually molesting some people, some parents did to their children. At that time, I'm sure they were not conscious of it. They were just, either the addiction, the anger management, they have or don't have that. They cannot control themselves. I'm sure after they've done that to you, the beating up or the shouting or the whatever they did to you, I'm sure after that they're in remorse. After that, they don't like what they've done. After that, they're asking for forgiveness, but they're too proud to say, "Forgive me, daughter. Forgive me, son." So I'm sure they're also not feeling good about it, especially when you're already married and out of the house, and I'm sure they know they've done something wrong. So we will still forgive them, okay? No matter how hurt you got when you were growing up. Or maybe some people up until now, they don't have good relationship with their parents or one of them. Some people still don't talk to their mother or don't talk to their father, or they felt abandoned because some we were young and my father left my mother and I felt abandoned, rejected. Even though you have nothing to do with that, it's between the relationship between your mother and father. You felt like a victim, unwanted by your father, but you did not. Growing up, you didn't have a good relationship because you never experienced having a father or experienced having a mother. Okay, so again, some who had a normal family life, the father had worked hard. The father sometimes say my father was never there for me, so he felt abandoned and loved. But father, especially in the old generation, the mother stays home, takes care of the family, and the father is the one working so hard to support the family. So they work hard, but from a child's point of view, my father abandoned me. He never loved me. He was never home. He was never there for me. So different perception of a kid growing up. This is all what she witnessed or experienced from a child's limited viewpoint. Okay, so we all have these memories of how good, how wonderful, how loving, or how horrible, terrible. Not, I did not feel the love. I felt abandoned. Abandonment is a big issue because human need is to be loved, to be accepted, to belong. And then some adults, some families, the mother is a single mom raising the kids. Either they got their father or the husband of the mom, same thing, died young, either accident or disease. So it's even though the father has no fault, you look at it as abandonment. Why? Why did you leave me so young? And the mother was the only one who raised you up, or they remarried and you did not get along well with your stepfather. So many, scenarios. So some fathers or some mothers, the multiple partners after that, divorced, marry, divorce, marry, divorce, or divorce boyfriend, live in, treats you bad, the stepfather, stepmother treats you bad, not directly your own mother or father, right? So if you're living with a stepfather and your real mother now, or you had experienced that change in relationships at home and you were not treated well by the other partner, so we will all address this mother father figure in your life. Okay, again, if they're all loving and you got so lucky that they provided everything to you, hugging you, providing with not only financially but the love, then we will have to give back love even more to them and appreciation, and we will say thank you. Okay. So how many of you had a loving relationship with your parents? Loving, you cannot say enough. Yeah, yeah. I'm one of those rare, you know, rare family situation where I cannot say enough about my parents. They raised us well. That's why I'm happy with my family life because okay, whatever that is. How many of you did you have any happy family life? Anyone's you know, put a symbol yes. Why? You can answer in any other way as long as I understand it. This is me love my relationship with my mom. My mom is the most loving, or my father is the most loving, or they're both loving. I'm talking about the person, not me. Okay. I'm asking the one who is me. Oh, that's, yeah, okay. That's another scenario. My parents, they're loving to me, to the children, but between the mother and father, they fight a lot. Okay. That's another scenario. I never thought of that scenario. Okay. So that's at least in between, it's their own issue fighting the relationships. They're not getting along well, but they know the kids have nothing to do with that, right? So they treat you well. Good, good. Both parents. Lots of violence between them. Oh my goodness. Okay. But at least both of them are loving to you. Okay, good, good, good. So so you have to have love and gratitude to them. I grew up in a good home, not perfect, but a good home. Okay, good. Yeah, there's no such thing as perfect parents. No such thing. No such thing as a perfect home environment. But at least both parents good to children. Okay. Very happy childhood. Okay. See, not everybody has all this drama in their life. Okay. So, okay, again, you don't have to be in a miserable situation to forgive. That's why my title is Love, Forgiveness, and Gratitude. We will, love them back, double love back to them for the love that they've given to us. And we're going to have to say thank you. Okay? Grew up in two parent, yeah, okay, that's another situation. Divorced, they go back and forth 1 week here, 1 week there, or day here, day here. Okay. And if you grew up in a two-parent home and the mother is remarried, the father's remarried, you go here, or one is remarried and you go back and forth. How does that feel for you? Are you, is there a feeling of rejection there? A feeling of, no one, where do I belong? How does that feel to be tossed between two homes? Cynthia has a very happy childhood, great love from my parents. Very good. Not a good childhood. Okay, so at least there's a few who seems to have a perfect, well, perfect, imperfect. Birth parents gave me up. So felt rejected. No idea where I was for 6 months. Of course, even if you were not given up, you don't know where you were. See, I have no recollection of anything until I was 3 or 4 years old. Okay. Ah, adoptive parents were emotionally abusive. Okay. And father mostly absent. Feel abandoned. Still, okay, it lingered. It lingered. The experience from childhood for based on Ellen, she was given up. So maybe those teenage uh, pregnancy parents are not sufficiently, like don't feel like financially, emotionally, mentally fit to take care of kids, so they gave up. They gave up on you. I'm sure not because they don't love you, but because they cannot, thinking that if they give you up they can provide you with better like home environment, educational. But unfortunately, the one who adopted you were abusive, emotionally abusive. Again, again, father mostly absent, must be working hard. Okay. So again, that feeling of I know I was given up, given away, I feel abandoned, feeling of abandonment, feeling of rejected, feeling of being rejected, unloved. Yeah. And it lingered until at your in your 60s, yeah, 50s, 60s. So there are many repercussion of abandoned, abused, whatever situation that is. That's not a happy childhood. Raised by emotionally unaware, but I guess they done their best. Exactly. Okay, good. Thank you for understanding them. Thank you for understanding them. Uh, Sometimes they're not just mature enough. Oh, 35 people. Okay, good, good, good. So sometimes they're just not mature enough to know what's best for their how to raise their kids properly. Okay, most of our parents, most, that's the best they could do. They're not spiritually evolved. We have no college or university how to raise kids. We learn algebra, trigonometry, physics, physics, and all, but never thought about cooking, sewing, gardening, money management, relationships, none. So our home is like an experiment. What works, hit and miss. If our kids grew up to be wonderful, you got it. But sometimes you think that's the best way to raise your kids, and they turn out to be a liability in the society. Okay. So again, thank you for mentioning that. They done their best, whatever background they have, they've done the best. Okay. Okay. Um, you have not seen. I have I feel not oh I feel not seen by my parents, but I try to receive what they can offer. Oh, okay, not seen by the parents. Okay, again, one thing missing. If the person in front is not telling clearly, then you should ask, what are we referring to? Muskan, who's the person in front of you? And what are they not telling? I got lost. I'm sorry, I didn't understand. I'm healing trauma from it now, but I'm trying to understand their position. Okay, grandparents who raised you. Okay, yeah, sometimes parents either divorced or got sick, or one parent died that the grandparents have to take over or help in raising you. Lucky you that you have grandparents who raised you, lived long enough to be there for you. Good, good, good. Do you see the different scenarios we undergo? How come some are very loving? Luckily, like Cynthia, I believe that was Cynthia, a very loving parents, a very happy childhood. I think she's the only one who said, among everybody. The other one, a lot of violence between my parents, but they're loving to us. But again, as a kid, witnessing this violence between your parents, that might affect your relationship, but at least you got the love from your parents, right? This, yeah, loving, but I see violence. Cynthia's the only one happy childhood, love from my parents. The rest, whatever, not seen, abandoned, unaware, emotional unaware, um, trauma, whatever trauma that is. Again, we were not taught, we were not raised or educated about parenting. We crash. We don't know. We don't know how we destroy our own kids being too demanding, being too exacting by shouting at them. But I know some parents, they just want their kids to excel. They don't want the kids to be up there. But by pounding, you're not good. How come you're lazy? How come you didn't know you? How come you didn't top your class? How come blah blah blah? How come? So a lot of parents do it in the negative way, negative way. So it crashes the self-esteem or self-worth of the kids, and we end up insecure because of how our parents sandwiched us, like crushed us. It did not boost our ego. The kids growing up, we need good boy, good job, perfect. You did a good job, fantastic job. They need that an encouragement. So they're encouraged to do more. They're encouraged to do more, not only for themselves, but for people, for you, for the family. But if they say you're no good, can't believe you're so whatever, negative words, and then we believe we heard it that we are not good enough. We're silly, we're like crazy, we're like black sheep, we're all these labelings. Lazy is a lot. Let go. Oh, Kosia, you're here. Let go meaning all this pain, all this sorrow, all this hurt, all this anger towards your own parents or your siblings or your friends, whoever you have issues with. There are weights in your body. They're heavy. It's hard to be it's hard to be happy if you're holding on to them. So these are ways you're like those inmates in jails. They have this chain in their ankle, and they have a heavy ball, so that the prisons the inmates cannot escape, because it's hard to run to climb the fence with those heavy balls. Those are weights. It's hard for us to move on. If you want to go there, move forward with your life, you cannot. These are all weights. So letting go means cut the chain attachments. They should have done this to me. How come they did this to me? They abused me. They were mean to me. They don't love me. I hate them because they don't love me. They did this to me. If you continue on like one punch, and then I punch you, I hate you too. You shout at me, I shout at you too. You kick me, I'll kick you too. So that will never end. That chain that binds you in anger, it gets tighter and tighter, and the more you cannot get out of that. So let go. I mean, okay, whatever baggage I was carrying this whole time for 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years. I'll stop at 70. Some people are at 80 years old. They're still carrying that pain from their childhood, when they're growing up. Oh, could be from past relationships. Doesn't We're talking about parents now, but could be your ex-husband, ex-boyfriend, ex-wife. Okay. How can you manage? Yeah, you don't expect them to change. We cannot change our parents. They are also imperfect. They're not mature enough. Okay, they're not mature enough. We cannot teach them, hey, you have to treat me like this. Hey, you have to do this. Hey, why did you do this? As it's hard for you to change. Parents who are much older than us, it's hard for them to change. The key is for you to change your perception, your story about them. That as Ellen, I believe, I was given up, right? Right. So in her mind, I'm sure it says nobody wants me. My parents didn't want me. I'm a trash. My parents threw me away, something like that. That's not a good feeling. Like that perception that my parents don't want me. They threw me. They gave up on me. They gave me away, something like that. I'm sure in her mind growing up, my parents don't love me. I'm unlovable. And my adopted parents, the same. They abused me. So there's no love in her life. So that story, I'm unloved, I'm abandoned, feeling abandoned. Like she said, up until now, I still feel the abandonment. Yes? So if you change your perception that my parents, I don't know how they were, how young they were, if they even have a job, if their parents forbade the relationship, if you give another perspective to why they gave you up. So maybe they have difficulty themselves, and they know if they raise me, they will not give me a good future. So I better give it hoping a better family could raise my kid, right? A parent will always love their kid. A parent will always be attached. For them to give you up, there must be some stuff they're undergoing. They must have undergone a lot to give you up. It doesn't mean you're in love. It just that's the effect on you. So you have to change the story in your mind. That, yeah, I forgive my parents because maybe, and I thank them for giving me away, because at least I lived. Because if they didn't, maybe they couldn't raise me. Maybe they don't have the money to even buy me my milk. All right. So I understand them, and I thank them for thinking of my welfare. However, the adopted parents who raised me is like they're also having their own emotional issues. They are not fit also to be parents, but at least they took me in. At least they tried to. My father's always away. Maybe he's working hard to raise me. I mean, in spite of me not being their own kid, he still tried his best to work, to have sustenance for this body, for the family. Maybe they're fighting. Maybe they have their own issues. That's why I was just there, happened to be the object of their anger, of the stress. Maybe they're both stressed as well. So you create your own story in a better way, because you only see yourself as a victim. Okay. Now, how do you let go? If you, in your case, yes, my mother was divorced. My father left. I don't know the story. Whoever left, my father left. She felt abandoned. She's scared to raise three kids, three girls on her own. She may be not in her proper emotional, mental outlook, and but she tried her best. Sometimes her own stress, her own anxiety, and maybe it was directed towards the kids for not having emotional control, not being mature enough to handle kids. But she tried her best. Look at the good that your parent did. She tried her best to raise us on her own. It's hard to be a single mother. It's hard to be the mother and the father in a home. It's very stressful. Where to get the money? What to, you know, I remember my mother said, because I came from a very poor family. There's eight of us in the family. I'm the youngest of eight, and my father was a struggling musician that time. When he was still building his career, there's eight of us, and then my mother said my father would disappear. There's no food to feed the eight in the family, and he would come home. He would have this much, not sack of rice, like a paper bag with rice, that enough for one meal. So she would cook it to make it a congee, boiling rice with a lot of water. So at least that small amount of rice could be multiplied to and distributed to eight kids. That's how she raised eight kids with no money. Okay. So if you look at how they struggled in the beginning of the relationship, they tried their best in raising us. The only advantage compared to the other parents that don't have money, they have emotional control. They did not lash out any anger on us. They did not, like, even in their stressful moments of not having money, I did not see them fighting. I did not see them shouting at us because they're stressed. So at least they tried their best to raise eight kids with no money. So I'm sure your mother also struggled financially. I don't think she's well off when she was starting. I don't know if she even have a job. Yeah, I'm sure she made things. So in her own stressful position as a mother and father at the same time, that's difficult. That's difficult. And you only need one child to have a strong will to trigger everything. Okay, so maybe you have a strong will or you're sensitive and clashes happen, which is normal for the situation. And your mother maybe doesn't know how to handle such a sensitive kid. So things happen, right? So, but you have to understand we are humans. We make mistakes. You made mistakes. She made mistakes. Both of you. Everybody in the family made mistakes. So if you keep on being tortured by that, my mother doesn't love me, I hate her, then it will never end, right? So how to let go? Look at it from another point of view. Yeah, we have these issues between me and my mom. I really don't like the way she treated me. I'm gonna revolt. I really don't like this. Or, whatever she's undergoing, I hope she doesn't lash it on me. Or me too. When I cannot control my emotions, I also fight my mom. Okay. I know parents are to be respected, and she worked hard to raise me and my sisters. Yeah, so I'll try my best to cool off, to look at her when she's acting, instead of reacting and looking at her as a villain, as a bad girl, bad mom. I will look at her from a compassionate point of view, loving point of view, what she had undergone without a father, with an abusive father. I will activate my compassionate side. So, oh my gosh, she had sacrificed a lot to raise us. It's so difficult how she lived her life. I should give her credit for trying her best. She really tried her best to raise you. She doesn't have the emotional maturity, also. Not everybody has the emotional maturity. Not every parent has. Same with all children. Not every child has emotional maturity also to see the whole picture, to be cool in spite of, to see all sides and say, oh, yeah, what have I done in the past to deserve this kind of treatment? I must have done something also to my mom in the past. That's why we continue to fight this life. I don't want this to continue next life, so I better do something now. How could I repay my mom for all the sacrifices she did, working as a mother, raising me as both as mother and father? That's a difficult situation. I haven't been there, but I've seen women telling me the story. I feel their feelings if they share me the story. I know how difficult it is. Okay. I mean, just lucky I have my husband when I was raising my three kids. Imagine if body's so tired, at least I won't wake up at night, and then my husband can take over feeding my kids or changing the pampers. If you're by yourself, I was imagining if I don't have a partner, I will even know how tired I am during the day, cleaning, cooking, preparing lunch boxes, going to these meetings, driving kids. At night, I'm so tired, and if I don't have a partner, who would wake up? If a daughter or son is sick, that's hard. That's hard. They sacrifice a lot for us. Our parents sacrifice a lot for us. Okay, so if you look at that point of view, oh, all I did was hate my mother. All I did was fight with my mother. I didn't realize she also sacrificed a lot. So yes, we have friction, yes, which is common, but I don't want to escalate this anymore. I'll try to appreciate more of what she had done for all of us, that I can see. I want to see now from this viewpoint that she tried her best. She did. And of course, understanding how she was feeling with no dad, with a abusive relationship, I understood that she underwent so much. She has her own problems, and if I give her more problems, it's time for her to be happy. It's time. She's not getting any younger. I want her to live the rest of her life in a happy mode. I want to fix my relationship with my mom now. Okay, I have a brother who was the black sheep, but he's not really black sheep. He was just too friendly, getting canned goods from our kitchen, selling musical musical instruments, and the money she gives it he gave it to his friends. It's very very giving, very supportive of the friends who don't have money as well. But my father was like, I saw him like, what did he do this time? He saw the saxophone, he sold the violin, he sold the flute, he sold the accordion. You know, he took money from my mother's piggy bank. You know, he breaks it so to give it to his friends. My brother's fault is just he's so kind to his friends. Mm. So in a way, he's stealing from the family, right? But my father was like, okay. So, but then he realized that he's not. He wasn't a good son for doing this to his friends at the end, say, yeah, he's her grandfather. He's her my father to make up for those years that he was like the black sheep, so to speak. Okay, so there's still time for you to change and be a good daughter, so you can, harmonize your relationship and live a happy life. Okay, by letting go, let go of this pain, of these memories of how she had hurt you, how you had hurt her. That's where forgiveness comes in. That's where love. I say, okay, I only have this much love because I hate. Yeah, increase your heart, increase your heart, increase your heart. When the heart is big, it's easier to forgive. Let go of the baggage. Let go of the chain of the big ball in your ankle, so you can move forward with your life. So you can have a happy relationship as well. Okay. I hope you understood. Thank you for whoever said I love my mother so much. Okay. So let's start now. Okay, when they're like that, you cannot do anything. We just have to forgive them. Okay, you cannot change them. You have to change your attitude towards them because again, they're not really that bad. They're not that bad. But we label them as bad. They have weaknesses, as we also have weaknesses. We all do. Every person has a weakness. Okay, even though you thought you're perfect, even though you thought you're nice, but still we have some moments were not nice as well. So understand them from a human point of view. They're not gods. They're not gods. Okay. So shall we? Don't have much time for forgiveness. Oh, for okay, 43 people for the healing. Okay, good. So we will do the healing and we will do the forgiveness. Now, our focus now is parents, right? For Ellen, you're gonna forgive your adoptive parents because you never saw your parents. You don't even know who your parents are. So the adoptive parents who were abusive to you, those are the people you forgive. And for you, everybody, your parents, good or bad to you, your mother and father, divorce or not, put them together again. Okay. Okay, whether your mother is a good one, father's not a good one, you put them together. Your father's a good one, mother's not, you put them together. Both of them not good, you put them together. Both of them loving, you put them together. Okay, all situations. Okay, close your eyes now. Do the power breaths. Inhale and exhale from your heart. Be aware of your heart, so you expand your heart. Again, it's hard to forgive if your heart is closed. What they say, cold-hearted people. And we say golden heart, that person golden heart. That means heart is fully expanded and the gold just oozes out from your whole being. Gold with a touch of pink. Okay? Visualize a lot of loving energy coming out from your heart as you exhale. Slow, deep breaths with awareness in your heart. Even just one breath with awareness, you can feel so much expansion in your heart. Do a couple more, slow with a hold in between the inhalation and exhalation. And exhale. You can feel the loving energy consuming your whole body in the inhalation. It's like the loving energy spreads to your whole body. Inhale again and exhale. Now inhale from your heart again. Slow, deep breath. Hold. When you exhale, I want you to bring up to your crown, the top of your head. Exhale it up, the energy of love, bring it up. Again, inhale from your heart. Hold your breath. Exhale, bring it up to your crown. One more time. Inhale slowly from your heart. Exhale it to the crown and beyond. Visualize that the light, the loving light, goes all the way up as far as your imagination can go. If you can reach up to the heaven where God is, in Catholic religion, we believe God is in the heaven, that God is everywhere. One last breath. Hold it in your heart. It's like an explosion of love from your heart to your crown, all the way up. Fountain of love oozing from your crown, spreading to your whole aura, the love. You're a being of love, being of light. I want you to swim in that loving energy. One more breath, and I want you to, like a volcano erupting from your heart, going up like a big explosion, encompassing your parents in front of you as well. They're like enclosed in your field of loving bubble. Inhale slowly. No problem, Gita. Yes. Hold. And then from your heart, like an explosion of love going up high, higher, 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 higher. So it spreads bigger area, including your parents inside. Your mother and father in your bubble, in your ball of light. They're enclosed in that loving energy. Okay? Now we will ask, you're in a bubble of loving energy. We will ask God to bless you and your parents. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother. I'll invoke for my teacher, Master Chokusu, and his teacher, Lord Mag Jubilee, and all the great messengers of God, all the angelic beings, especially the angels of families and relationships. We humbly ask for your help in healing my relationship with my parents, and in healing the relationship between my father and my mother, in healing the relationship within our family. We ask for your compassionate, healing light. We invoke for your loving blessings, invoke for happiness with love, with kindness, with harmony within our family, especially between me and my mother, whoever you have issues with, me and my mother, me and my father. If you have issues with both of them, especially me and my parents. Thank you for blessing us with a lot of happiness, prosperity, healing light, with spirituality, with inner peace, with forgiveness. Now that we ask blessings for forgiveness, I want you to mentally talk to your mother and father. I am sorry for being a rebel, for being too willful, for what you said I was a bad girl, bad boy. I was growing up. I admit I had made mistakes, and I thought I was smarter than you. I thought I know better. I judged you as you did not raise me properly. I judged you some bad mother, bad father. But I now understand you tried your best. That's the best you can do in the situation that you're in the knowledge that you have at that time, with the resources that you have. I am sorry for judging you, criticizing you, being arrogant, having this huge ego. I am sorry. Please forgive me, parents, father, mother, and say, I forgive you. I forgive you for whatever you've done since I was born, as far as I could remember. All the pain, the physical, the verbal abuses, the emotional torture, the mental abuse that you had unknowingly, unaware, given to me that caused me misery in my life now. As I am more mature now, I understood now. I completely understand where you are coming from, why you did what you did. And even if you don't understand for now, say, God knows. God knows what's best for me. And this is what's best for me. Say, I love you, Mother. I love you, Father. And I thank you, Mommy, Daddy. I thank you for raising me. I thank you for bringing me to this world, raising me financially, providing for my education, for my clothing, for my food, for my housing. You provided everything. Don't say you abused me no more. You provided me with everything. And I thank you for all your sacrifices. I may not be the best child you have, but I respect you. I accept what happened, happened. And I believe everything is for a reason. I may not know the reason right now. As I grow more mature, older, wiser, I will have a better understanding. But for now, what matters is for me to forgive you, to know that is the best thing that I could do, to claim my happiness, my freedom. I'm letting go of all this pain and memories of pain, memories of the abuse. Again, abuse could be sexual, physical, emotional, mental. All abuses I've suffered in the past, I'm letting go. God help me, and God help my parents. And let God bless you. Just be aware. I'm letting go of all these weights that I've been carrying for so long. Thank you for setting my soul free, and I'm setting your soul free as well. Let's both grow, move forward, live a happy, loving, beautiful life, a spiritual, prosperous, and healthy life filled with so much love, respect. Respect is important. Respect, trust, peace, joy, harmony, and see how that feels for you if you finally let go of this weight from your ankle, from your solar plexus, from your mengmen. See how it feels to be free from this, to finally get the shackles out. Freedom is such a beautiful feeling, not being held back by all these weights, all this lead, all these boulders that you've been carrying. The past is past. What's important is now moving forward to a better life. Better meaning happier, healthier, more spiritual, more prosperous. Being guided by your soul, not by your emotions. And I want you to look at your parents now. Mommy, Daddy, I wish you happy. Between the two of you, I want you to be happy. Even though they're divorced already, even one is already in heaven, I want you both to be happy. I want you to have inner peace. I want you to have a lot of love for each other. I appreciate you. I love you and I thank you. Again, I am sorry. I am sorry. I forgive you. I forgive both of you. And I thank you so much. Sending so much love and gratitude for everything that you had done since I was born, for everything you had given since I was born up until now, for everything that you had shared, the good and the bad. I accept, I received, I'm letting go. I only keep the love that I have for you in my heart. the respect I have for you in my heart, and the gratitude that I have for you in my heart. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Breathe in, breathe out, then open your eyes. Okay. I hope you feel better. I hope you felt the transmutation, the shift from this energy between you, like that's rough, became more smooth. Hey, Barbara, you're there. More smooth and more refined. Okay? So, Opposite, you're there also. So that ends our forgiveness session. Um, Next week is July 4th weekend. It's a holiday. Well, not really. It's July 2, but we're going to be celebrating, hopefully, I don't know, weekend up to July 4th in America. This will the July 4th weekend. So there will be no meditation next week, no live. Okay, so we'll see each other much later. Very good from my parents and me. Okay, your parents thanking me as well. Okay, so I don't know. Again, this doesn't have to be your parents did it to you. Even though you love your parents, you can still do this. Just project your love and gratitude and respect and understand. You can send a lot. Healing for them, good health for them, happiness. Okay. All right. So see you in 2 weeks. Okay. And Michael, you're there as well. Okay. In 2 weeks. Okay. Remember, no forgiveness next week. Enjoy your holiday. Um, do a lot of fireworks. Explode. Fireworks disintegrate all your negativity. Fireworks is like breaking down all the stuff that's good. Okay, you're allowed to do fireworks. I believe so. Okay, good, good, good. All right, bye, bye, bye. I have to say, well, we have 3 more minutes. I was rushing. Anyone who wants to say something? No more. So much light, so much love. Yeah, you're a being of light, Michael. We are all being of light. We're all being of love. That's all you need to be able to accept the other side, to be able to shower them with love. If you're like closed, there's no love, it's so hard to feel that. Okay, I hope you felt the explosion of love from your heart to the crown and really, really like spreading big, big area, like a big volcano exploding, but it's not fire, it's loving energy. You feel like crying? Okay, you can cry. Uh, oh, that's nice, Priya. Yeah. When my kids were little attending master's events, my son is always in my lap and hugging me. That's why I said, yeah, 7 years old, no problem. They're absorbing the loving energy as well. Okay. There's no fear. It's all love. We're not doing anything like weird here. So the kids obviously can join you. The throat a lot. I cried. Okay, cried. Yeah, crying because there's a lot of stuff here, a lot of repressed emotions, just releasing. Yeah, good, good, good. Painting the world in light. Changes. She did not understand and follow, but yeah, they don't need to understand. The kids are very empathic. They can easily pick it up. They don't need to understand like the words or the mind. The energy, they're there. Okay. Feel like crying, you can cry as much as you want. Did not changes after forgiveness prayers for past couple of weeks. Good, good, good. Yeah, good, good, good. Continue, continue, continue. That encompass everything, painting the world in. Oh, that's you, Michael. Okay. Pride, flower, rainbow, heart. Mm, much, much better. Okay. Just continue doing this and you'll see. I don't want you to suffer with all this sorrow and pain and memories of abuse, and it won't bring you anywhere. Just let go. Let go. Started with tears and sharp pain at back heart, and at the end feeling so much lighter and sharp pain disappear. Yeah, all this stuff that needs to leave finally left. Time to let go. That's what letting go. Allow them to leave your body. Say goodbye now. Goodbye. 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 Okay. See that sharp pain. They've been there in your body. Time to release. Okay. All right. It's 10 o'clock. Time to say goodbye. See you in 2 weeks. Okay. Bye.